So I was banging around on Black Friday, and we swung by Lowe's, and I happened to pick up this, I think it's called the Schlage Connect. It's a keyless deadbolt. So the problem is my wife locks herself out of the house all the time. So then she has to somehow get back into the house. So the kids come off the bus, and then they always forget the key, and then they call somebody else up to let them back into the house. So this should solve the problem. So I purchased this at Lowe's, and actually I had purchased another one. So they ran out of the yellow one, and they upgraded me to this one. Thanks, Lowe's. Customer service was pretty good. Actually, they're really good. Really nice guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this so that somebody gets locked out of the house, there's a touchpad to get back in. You know, if the kids are getting off the bus, you know, they can get back in easily, and kind of should alleviate some of the issues that we're having around here with keys. And it'll help out with security too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this and just kind of do like a quick video of the install process. It should be pretty easy. And remember, before I get going on this, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. We'll reply back to you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of great material on it, and going into the new year, there's going to be even more. So, you know, hang out and see what we got going on. And, you know, you definitely don't want to miss out on anything. So let's get it rolling, and we'll get this installed on the door. Okay, so let's open this up and see what we have inside. When you open it up, there should be a box right here. Come on, I know you're in there. Alright. So you got that. There's a box that's inside a box. It's in there pretty tight. Open this. And then so it comes on the inside. This is iris. The deadbolt works with the security system. So we can, if you have that, it'll be compatible with it. And then here's the installation manual, like a user guide, so you can figure out how to run it. Right here is one part of it. And let's see what else we're gonna get. It's part of the deadbolt. Here's the keyed face and the touchpad right there. What else is in this box of stuff? And here's the hardware. So that's what we call it up here in New Hampshire. It's hardware. There are your batteries and some bolts right there to put it in, and the other parts that fit around the pin that goes through the door. So this is everything that comes in the box with it. There's not a whole lot, which is good. So it shouldn't be all that hard to install. Alright, so now we have all this cool stuff laid out all over the place. I'm going to go put this in, and I'll show you what's involved with putting it in. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is to remove the old deadbolt. Just going to cheat a little bit and use my cordless drill. Zip that right out. Just take that out. Hey, you know what? You should have probably opened the door first. Crap, now I gotta do this all over again. Hey, learn from my mistakes. So I reached in here and I grabbed the pin. So now, open the door. So now with the door open, you can remove the old deadbolt, and it should come up pretty easy. So before you install the knob, you're going to want to see if everything lines up correctly and fits properly. So open the door, and then slide the bolt in like this. Make sure that it fits in there okay. You don't need to trim or adjust the door at all. It should fit right into place for you. So the next step to installing this is to locate the user's code. They put them in a couple places. They're on the back of your user's guide. So there's a sticker right here, and your code will be like right here on that sticker. They're also on the back of the lock. There's a little plate that fits over this, and there's a sticker under the plate right here. So just if you happen to lose your user's guide, down the road, you can remember they're also on the back of the plate, so that you'd have to take the lock apart to find them, but it's another spot where they're at. So before you actually bolt this into place into the door, it is adjustable. So if you need it to be longer, you can adjust it by turning it like this. It's kind of a cool feature. So that's the way to make it a little bit longer. If you go to put it into the door, and this isn't fitting into the middle of the hole, so you can make it longer or shorter by just twisting the this barrel right here. So I already showed you in the previous step to kind of test fit this, make sure this face plate fits in the door, and if it does, you're going to now install this into the door. And here are a couple of screws that are provided with the kit. So we'll poke these out of the bag, and let's go toss it in. So open up the door and make sure no animals run out, like what happens over here. This place is like Noah's Ark sometimes, I swear to God. So you're gonna slide it in like that, and then if you already, so it's not a new door, and you already had a deadbolt in there, drop the screws, see if the screws line up, start them by hand, or you don't need to really, you can just put them in. Okay, so before I screw it in, what I'm doing right now is this fits right into the middle, the pin that slides out, so I should be fine. I didn't need to adjust the length of this barrel like I showed you, so we're going to screw this into place. And if you have a screwdriver, Phillips, you can do that. I like to use my drill whenever possible because it's faster. Well, it's supposed to be. I'm just not gonna tighten it up all the way yet to the bottom. Okay, back to the top. Right, it's in there nice and flush. Let's go to the next step. Okay, so on the next step, you have to install 2 plates on the door frame. This is like a reinforcement plate that comes with it for security, and this other little plate goes right over it. Comes with these big long screws you lag into the door frame. These other 2 smaller screws here that go on to this one that fits over that little bracket. So let's put these in right now. So we're going to install the security bracket first. There's like a little scribe on here. It says door side, and it has a door stop side. It has an arrow pointing this way. So it gets installed just like that. And then I use my cordless drill to put it in. You want to make sure it's like lined up with the hole for the door stop, for the door pin that comes out. Hold this in place, and zing this right in. That one, and I'm gonna put the top one in. Had a couple of our cats run over the door on me. Careful your pets. So that's on, and now we're gonna install the top one, And this will help to strengthen this area, so if somebody tries to break in, it'll beef it up. Then, don't drop your drill bit. Put the other one on the top. So now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test fit the door, shut it by hand easily, and see if it clears this okay. If it doesn't, we're going to have to chisel down around so it seats down a little bit more. But I'll show you how to, let's close the door, and we'll slide the pin through and see how it works. So an easy way to test the bolt going through is take like a flathead screwdriver and you put it in here, and you can kind of go back and forth to make sure that it's not too tight, and if it is, loosen the bolts up a little bit, but it should go back and forth pretty freely. So that'll help to ensure that you're all lined up as well. So once you have this installed, you can put the faceplate in the lock to the outside through the door opening. There's a little wire right here, so this is going to go underneath like the lock setup, and this little pin right here is going to go right in between the middle right here. So you're going to take your wire and you're going to go underneath, and this pin right there in the middle is going to slide right down and in. It should go right into place for you. So your next step is to take the backing plate that comes with the other side of the door lock and these two long screws, and you're gonna take the wire, you go under like that, hold it in place. There is like a top, it says labeled top on it, so you don't really, it's not too hard to mess up. So then take your screws and thread them in by hand. And that'll help to hold the other side in place while you're putting it together. And you don't want to use your drill gun when you're catching them. If you're using one, you want to catch them by hand so you don't cross thread anything. And move the lock around if you have to. And once you get them caught, you can screw them in. The other one to go to the other screw now. Great. Kind of work your way back and forth a little bit, and look on the other side of the door, make sure your keypad is aligned. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attach the other side of the keypad. So you're going to take the top cover off, and that wire is for the alarm, so where it plugs into is the back right here, and you can't really mess it up because there's a notch on it. So I'm going to take that wire and I'm going to plug it into the back. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little white mark on it right there, and there's a little dot on the inside, so you just match those two up. But the instructions say you can't really put it in upside down, so, but I could probably find a way. Okay, once you have it seated in place, give it a little tug, it should be fine. So when you bolt in this onto the door, make sure this is going the same way as the little spleen sticking through. And it's a channel for this wire to go through, I just noticed it. So put the alarm wire through this channel right here. And then give it a test. It's lined up right. It's 2 bolts we're going to put in this. So there's 2 screws that the kit comes with. There's a little tiny one and there's a longer one. The tiny, small one goes at the top. So I'm going to put that on. It's not very big at all. So try not to lose it. So, let's see if I can do this with one hand. That one, then there's another one down below, and it'll be the screw right there. Alright. So now you can install the batteries into the battery tray. The battery tray is at the top right here. It takes 4 AA's. Did come with some with the kit that came with batteries, but I kind of opted to get some better batteries than the kit came with. So you can kind of take it out like that, install these in. So it's pretty easy to get at it. Like that, and this one goes like this. Down there like that. So now you can put the little cover back in place. That's a speaker hole. It's not a screw hole, so I'll put a screw in it. And there it goes. Goes into place like that. Just kind of slides down. Hangs out there. There's a couple of clips that hold it in place right there. All right. Okay, so now I'm at this point. So now the instructions say to open the door and push the little logo on the top, and then you enter in one of the default settings. And then it goes through like a learning process. So the bolt should come in and out a few times while it's learning the code. Okay, so now that you're at this point, the instructions say to press the top logo and the keypad will light up. Then enter in one of the default codes that came with the lock, and it'll go through like a learning cycle. It should come out a couple times. The bolt should come in and out a few times for you. All right. And there it goes. So this is what it'll do. And you should be all set. Let me see if it works. Alright, so now that you're at this point, go outside and try the code that you had entered in, and it should let you in and out. You may want to have somebody or a way to get back in the house if it locks you out. So I'm going to go outside. I'm going to make sure that it locks and unlocks correctly. So that's pretty much it. Your keyless entry bolt is installed. Mine worked pretty good. But initially, when I did try to set it up, there was no power to the outside pad. And the little clip on the top where the battery goes was undone. So I had to slide the cover up. And I just literally took that little electric wire and doink, and put it back onto the battery tray. You're supposed to take the wire off of the battery tray, but I was being lazy. And I mean, I could easily put the batteries in, but I guess that's why, because it can come undone, that wire that goes to the tray that holds the batteries. Something to watch out for. But I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, leave a question, any comments. Give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hope you liked the video.